360 albums, Tourney. We got Anthrax, Among the Living, going up against Gorguts, Obscura. In honor of a thrash metal album in here, I'm gonna have some Metallica bourbon, some blackened. So, a little worn out from a full day at work and then practice. Let's dial it up. Among the Living was released in 1987. It's one of my favorite Anthrax albums, one of my favorite thrash metal albums. A little side note, do you think Anthrax belongs in the big four of thrash? Because I know most people agree on the other three, but do you think Anthrax should be in there? Anyway, Among the Living. Sounded great on shuffle. Sounded great listening to it straight through. It's a classic thrash metal album, one of the best ever. Gorguts is a tougher listen. It's kind of like Booker's bourbon. It's harsh. I call it doom jazz. Pizza Priest asked what genre people thought the album Obscura was, and most people say like avant-garde metal. I call it doom jazz. It's an intense album. You can't get too comfortable in it. I do hear elements, thinking about tasting notes. I do hear many times that remind me of more of the Angels Covenant era. I hear that influence, but other than that, the influence I hear is from jazz. It's more jazz than metal. I mean, it's clearly metal, but I enjoy it. But it's tough. Sometimes I'll listen to like 2 or 3 of those Obscura songs in a row, and I'm kind of worn out. It's kind of like, going up a few flights of stairs and getting winded. You can kind of get winded just listening to a few of those songs. So you know where this is going. All-time great thrash metal album by Anthrax. That's a hard mountain to climb for an album released 20 years later that is really hard to digest. Doom Jazz album by Gorguts. So advancing to the round of 180 albums is Gorguts, Obscura. I just want to listen to it more and explore it more, and I just know Among the Living very well. So this is kind of like something that I'm less familiar with, but I want to see how it matches up. I think Obscura could be a more tricky matchup, more interesting matchup, and I've already got the Miles Davis album going through, so let's do another jazz. So going to the round of 180 is Gorguts, Obscura. If you listen to this album, other than Pizza Priest and probably Mark's Metal Minute, and maybe a Slam Dad, probably not many of you have. And am I crazy to eliminate Among the Living? Let me know. What do you have? Cheers.